If the only prayer you ever say in your entire life is thank you, it will be enough. These are the words of German mystic Meister Eckhart, who 700 years ago was writing and preaching about mystical experiences which he described as these momentary glimpses of the whole, where maybe for only a moment we know our lives to be rife with graces and glories, an abundance of gifts that once seen is overwhelming. It is an encounter with God, this mystic taught. Just pray thank you, he says. This will be enough. This reminds me of a praise practice I was once gifted with. For 5 minutes, you walk or simply sit somewhere and you whisper praise and thanks for all you see and feel. From your miraculous body's workings, to the bodies of creatures around you, to the earth's plenty, or even to modern conveniences. And you realize that once you get going with all of these praises, you realize that 5 minutes is nowhere near enough time to thank it all. There probably isn't enough time to ever thank it all. I have been changed and am consistently changed by the practice of appreciation. It is one of the most valuable treasures in my life, particularly in days and times such as these. It floods energy and hope, faith, connection, and presence into my brain and system. And maybe I am not alone. You know that feeling. When I forget to practice this, which is more often than I would like to admit, I get so hooked by all those have-nots, all the not enoughs, and I feel the exact opposite. I feel drained, hopeless, cynical, alone, and totally not present. I know I am in that place when everything and everyone feels like a problem. Yeah, not alone on that one either. That feels like my personal tap on the shoulder to start praying Eckhart's prayer, finding the thank yous and the praises. In the book Serviceberry, Potawatomi scientist and writer Robin Wall Kimmerer teaches that North American indigenous peoples inherit, and have for generations, what is known as a culture of gratitude, where lifeways are organized around recognition for all of creation's gifts given freely to us from this our sacred earth, from the hands of our fellows, and from our own sacred selves as well. Kimmerer calls this knowledge and worldview gift thinking and a gift economy, which diminishes our sense of scarcity and increases our sense of abundance. It is shown that actually more gifts begin to abound out of this recognition. It inspires people to give. That's called reciprocity. An abundant worldview, a culture of gratitude and appreciation, it increases energy, it increases capacity, increases hope, increases generosity, increases faith, connection, service, and presence. It is, as Kimmerer says, world and life healing. It re-ties us to one another. It makes us joyful. For membership in the web of reciprocity, appreciation, and holy creation is the most joyful, inspiring, and wonderful feeling. I am calling this worship service, as you already heard from Kyle, Appreciation Sunday. This is the first year that a whole Sunday is being devoted to "We Thank You." Because our Unitarian-Universalist faith understands about the transformative power that comes with this different knowledge, this alternate worldview and way of being together. And we are learning that practicing being a culture of appreciation is the resistance. I hope you hear that. It is the resistance. It is an antidote to empire, because it centers and celebrates our humanity, you see, this safety net. The empire just wants us to focus on the falling, not the net. So, in the spirit of our month's theme of rituals, we are going to ritualize thank you right now. Now, as this happens, I invite you to attune yourself to the gifts you have brought to this community, which I will name, and simultaneously attune yourself to the gifts which have been brought to you and to your fellows and to the world. To do this, I invite you to embody a posture of prayer. In other words, listen. Open your hearts to awe in the face of this beautiful network, this safety net of love, freely given and received in every named gift. And my prayer is that gratitude does something with you today, that it does something with you. So first, let us prepare. I'm going to ask you, if you feel safe and comfortable, to close your eyes and to take a breath with me. And here's our first "we thank you" for being alive, for being you, for being able to take in air that is breathable, to know it to be oxygen that is flooding our whole body with healing and sustaining life and energy. What a thing to be alive. And what a thing to be you, with a voice and mind and heart like no other, with fingerprints that no other human being on earth has or has ever had or will ever have. Just take a moment with that, my friends. Thank you for your life. Thank you for our lives. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes, and I am going to ask you to slowly, if your body is willing and able, to rise. To rise. And friends at home, no one's watching. Rise. If you are willing and able, rise. We thank you. Hear those words. We thank you. Yeah, say them. We thank you for being here week after week, or a few times a year, every once in a while, or for the first or second time. Each of your faces make us light up when we see them. You remind us that community and love is possible in this fractured, divided, and often lonely world. And hear this, each of you here in body or joining us virtually, you're reminding those around you that they're not alone. This is saving our lives right now. And for this, we thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. Now, there are currently 27 committees, teams, and working task forces in this community. And we laugh, but now stand at this angle. What an abundance of giftedness. Without the gifts of those who serve in this way, we would not be a church. We couldn't be. These are the parishioners who craft agendas. They keep calendars. They take minutes. They attend meetings at the end or in the middle of their work days. They craft policies and procedures. They vote on them. They plan and vision. They tend to our bylaws. They create and adhere to contracts. They keep our website and shared databases up to date and protected. They write reports. They hold discussions. They sign checks. They respond to needs and ask questions. They field complaints. They pivot and they adapt. They offer programming to the church. They educate, inspire, challenge, and enrich us. They welcome and orient new friends. And they keep us safe. They care for our staff. They care for our children and youth. They care for our building and grounds and memorial garden. They steward our finances and endowments. They invest. They canvass. They take action. They organize and rally and protest. They show us how to live our faith through justice. They center marginalized people. They are helping us to grapple with our history. They remind us how to serve our faith's mission. They help us choose paint colors. They make sure worship has what it needs to be transformative. They oversee the technology that connects us to those who can't be here in person. And they bring fun and fellowship to us. And they care for those who are struggling. They offer meals and rides or help with rent. They do this for those within our community and in Watertown. And they help to track and make sense of this network of giftedness, ever faithful to those looking for ways to serve and connect, and ever faithful to those needing to take a break or pass the baton. If you have served on a committee, team, or task force this past year, will you please stand if you are able? We thank you. Will you say those words now with me? We thank you. We thank you. You may be seated. We also would not be a church without a staff team. These are the people who are here to support your ministry's thriving in direct and indirect ways. Your staff make the administrative and rental needs of this church happen. The transformative healing power of music happen. Care for this building and these grounds happen. And as we have already acknowledged, make faith exploration for children, youth, and families happen. If you are a staff member, will you please stand if you're able? Stay. That was a thank you made by this sound, and it was beautiful, but let us speak the words to you. We thank you. We thank you. You may be seated. Then there are those who give in different, but no less important ways. Without them, we also couldn't be or do church. They fold orders of service. They greet. They bring flowers. They collect the offertory. They make coffee. They do dishes. They volunteer for yard cleanups. They point out ways to make our church accessible to all bodies. They host breaking bread potlucks. They pledge. They organize and lead fellowship gatherings or say yes to bringing their gifts to the variety show. They offer faith-formative offerings, movement to music, meditation circles, spiritual autobiography writing. They facilitate chalice circles, organize the Seder meal. They teach and care for our children and youth or gift us with a time for all ages. They offer readings or testimonies in worship. They lead worship over the summer. They sing in our choir, hand in hand, the hymnal singers. They play music during worship or vespers or at other fellowship gatherings. They are members of the First Parish of Watertown band. They organize or play in concerts or bring their music and energy to Porch Fest on our front lawn. If you have given any of these gifts to our community this year, please stand if you are able. We thank you. You want to say it with me? We thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You may be seated. And there are those who give gifts quietly or refuse to see the gifts they give us as gifts. These are the people who move tables and organize cabinets, who replace batteries and change the clocks, who take out the trash when they see the need. They water the plants when no one's looking. They tidy the bulletin boards or offices. They might even salt our walks just to make sure. They check up on people when they hear they are unwell, and they bring food to potlucks. They make sure the doors are locked or the lights are turned off when everyone leaves. They introduce themselves to people they don't know. They introduce people to one another. They give to the offertory what they can. They have attended an annual meeting or a congregational gathering. They have bravely asked a question. They've filled out surveys and cast votes. They have bravely spoken their concerns. They post on our Facebook page, edit videos to share. They make flyers. They participated in chalice circles, have attended Monday's meditation group, come to a Heart of the Matter or other faith exploration offering. They stay after worship to fellowship with others. They've laid out or gathered up hymnals. They have shared their joys and sorrows with us, chosen to let their guards down at a check-in or in response to someone asking them how they are. They have asked for help. They've set a boundary or bravely asked someone else whether they need to set a boundary. They have consoled someone. They have shown up to worship and passed welcome and love at the top, or added their voice to the reading of our affirmation of faith, or the singing of our hymns and doxology, or snapping their fingers, or clapping their hands, danced when the Spirit has moved. They have shouted out an amen, They've made someone laugh, made a mistake and offered an apology, or handed out a fist pump or a hug. They have arrived here curious and hoping to belong. They are welcoming of people arriving here curious and searching to belong. Will all of these gift givers please stand up if you are able and willing? Yeah, that's everyone. That is everyone. Amen. We thank you. We thank you. Thank you. And just stay where you are for a moment. You're already doing it. Look around. Take in this incredible network of gifts, this beautiful safety net. This is our shared ministry, my good friends, mine and yours. No one of us does it all or is expected to. No gift is of more value than another. Every gift you bring stewards our past, present, and future, insisting on reminding of and living out the truth that each one of us is necessary in the life and dance and existence of this church. And your gift is enough. It is more than enough. To each of you, we say thank you. We thank you.